You are currently the only person in this conference.
Hey Michelle, it's Shane here. Um, Also, there's a few people joining us. I'll give you a few minutes to set up and introduce you, and if there's any issues, just give me a yell.
Sure, yeah. Hi Shane, how are you? Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
going well, thanks.
I just signed in and now I'm uploading my presentation. So give me just a couple of minutes to finish uploading my files and we can go ahead later.
Sure thing.
Can you hear me well? Is my audio okay?
Yeah, it's sounding great to me. Um, yep.
Okay Shane, I think I'm ready. So if you can let me know if I can start, then great.
Yeah, okay. Well, let me just say on behalf of the iMoot team, thank you, Michelle, for doing this. I think this is the repeat session for you too, isn't it? Yes, it is. But thank you for giving up your time again for doing this presentation, and very much looking forward to seeing it. Over to you.
Okay. Okay, hello guys. I hope you're still getting well throughout the iMoot sessions. This is actually our third day, and this is a repeat session for this topic. I have given this talk this morning, actually, in my time, Oman time, and it's really my pleasure being here again with you. Thank you, Ed, Jim, and lunch, or how do I pronounce it? Anyway, so welcome you all here in my talk. So, I would wish if you could just type in the chat area your exact time in your location. I would get an idea of time zones. Jim cannot hear me yet. How about the others? Can you hear me? Okay. How about you, Ed? Do you hear me? Oh, it's 10 o'clock in your country, Ed. That's good to know. Okay, so I think it's only Jim having a problem with my hearing me. So I hope you can fix it. I think it's in your side because others can hear me. So would you mind letting me know, Jim, if I can proceed uh, with the presentation? Let me just ask, or I think he left anyway. Okay, anyway, so yeah, Ed, would you like to say something? Okay, so I think I can proceed. Okay. So, okay then. So again, I welcome you all in this session. My name is Michelle, and I come from Oman. It's somewhere in the Gulf, but originally I don't come from here. I'm from Asia. I'm from Philippines specifically. I've been here in the country for almost 6 years, working as an instructional developer in Sultan Qaboos University. And I really love my work. I really love Moodle. I really love e-learning. I really love being an instructional developer. So I wish you guys can stay with me for a couple of like 45 minutes for me to be able to deliver the message I wish to impart to you all. In any cases, you are free to type any query or any clarification in the chat window, or you can unmute yourself and free to speak or uh, um, ask about anything as we go along with my talk. So I hope I'm doing well with my audio, and I wish you can see me. Uh, saying hello to everyone. Hi, how are you? Yes, we're back. Back to work, back to business. Okay, so it's 7 o'clock in my country. In the evening, it's quite hot here. The temperature at the moment is 45 degrees. It's kind of really sweating here. It's really hot here. So, but that's not really limit me or stop me from giving my session tonight. So let me proceed now. Okay, so before we get started, I've actually enabled more activity in the course. So if you could look at the choice activity in the course in iMoot for my session and start answering the choice activity, then I would appreciate that. So the choice activity is actually asking you how you learn best, in which way, in which approach you learn best. Thank you, Jim. Oh, so I bet you are a visual learner, Jim. Am I right? Just a guess, anyhow? Okay, so I'll have a look at the results later, but no, not really. So I'll give you a couple of minutes to answer the survey or this choice. You're a multimodal learner rather. Yeah. So we're the same actually. So since I have I think 5 people in the room, not a bad number anyhow. So again, I thank you for coming here, and um, I'll have a look now on the results of the choice activity. Jim, can you tell me why do you learn in a multimodal way? Does it give you more sense of learning? Is it more effective if you learn using different styles? I agree to that. Yeah, it depends on the nature of the subject you're actually trying to comprehend. That really matters. How about the rest? How about you, Ed? Let me see how you responded to my choice. Oh, I've got only one response. Why? Okay, for Solange, or I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. She prefers learning in different modes. Yeah, so she's a multimodal learner. Okay, so thank you all for having a look or filling in my choice. So the reason why I ask you this, it's because it's really important to anticipate how learners learn, your target audience, how do they really comprehend topics, and that has something to do with their learning style. So we, as instructional developers, should address those styles actually. So regardless of how they learn, we should address that. Whatever package or products we develop for them should cater that need or that style. So this is actually related to my topic tonight, or this session. We actually address the needs of the learners, typically the current generation, the 21st century learners. So we believe in the requirements for today's teaching. We focus more on experiential learning. So we are after with developing activities which focus on engaging the learners to actually implement or apply immediately the concepts that they have learned in a real world scenario or problem based scenario. So of course the traditional instructional methods are quite given less importance now. And this is really true with regards to my work in the university. So whenever I'm doing an instructional design project, then I make sure that most of the activities I provide in the module provides experiential learning. So this is why I came up with the development of simulation products actually. Just a bit of information which serves as the basis for my project. Of course, we believe in the effectiveness of technology when it's integrated to education. In fact, in the university, most of our courses are integrated with e-learning component. So, of course, we're using Moodle Learning Management System as our e-learning platform. So, this is really true. So, of course, we try to embed simulation in an e-learning environment as well. Same thing, of course, we focus on developing products that assure learning outcomes are increased for the students. So we don't want to give them products or modules where they can just read or but we don't get their feedback or we don't really increase their performance levels. So this is a kind of really sincere work for us. It's a huge work for us because we need to develop modules that can really increase the way how they learn, yeah, the learning skills and learning outcomes for students. By the way, just to give you a profile of the students enrolled in the university. Of course, the students we're having in the university are locals. They are Omani students. Their native language is Arabic, but of course they speak English as well. It's a requirement for them to take an e-learning course, I think for a specific subject like the one I have developed. So there are many considerations to be taken actually. One is their culture. How do they learn? What are the norms associated in their culture? So all of these I have to consider actually. But still, the main objective is how to increase their learning. Yeah. So how can I help them to actually learn better? So so a big argument for me in this project. Okay, so with all those beliefs and with all those background, we of course consider simulation as an effective training packages or training tools, and it's really worth it developing for. So I wish to give you a demonstration or a tour on the sample components of the course that demonstrate simulation. Of course, I define simulation as an environment that can give or that could cater a learning experience environment for the students, for them to really apply what they need to do. Yeah. So they learn things by doing them, not by just memorizing them or reading them. So, I bet you guys have your own definition of simulation. So can I hear some definitions? How do you consider simulation? Have you used simulations before, guys? Have you seen any simulation in Moodle before? Okay, so of course, simulations are really great. They provide a great learning experience for our students. Okay, for Jim, not really. Wow, I really invite you, Jim, to have a look at the course. I have uploaded examples of simulation packages. So these are only examples, so you can have a look at that and see how great they are. Also, for Ed, they have created some basic. Oh, okay, that's great. Yeah, Adobe Captivate is really a powerful tool for simulations. Yeah. Okay, so I believe we all agree simulations are cool, right? They are really helpful, yeah, for our learners. So I would proceed now to the next slide. Okay, so this is my aim in my job. I create simulation modules because I want to give highly interactive environments so students can apply the concepts immediately. So with this approach, I find students really increasing the motivation and their engagement. And I think they learn best really with this simulation modules. Of course, we've got feedback from the teachers. While students are using the simulations I've developed, we really got positive feedback from them. So this is really proof it's really helpful. Okay, so I think the highlight of this talk is to show you how I implemented simulation inside Moodle course. So recently I've been dealing with technical problems, so I can do a screen share. So, but due to the bandwidth limitations, so I think that wouldn't be possible for me to do it at the moment. So, but alternatively, I captured some screenshots of the things I want to show you right now. But of course, in the course for this session, for this session, so you can actually refer to the example modules and simulation packages which I have uploaded, and you can um, open them. You can have a look at them in your own convenience. So that would be really great. Okay, so what I'm showing at the moment is the homepage of our SQ e-learning website. So SQ is the name of my university. It's called Sultan Qaboos University. Of course, this is we're running Moodle 1.9 at the moment, but in the couple of months, we'll be immediately moving to Moodle 2.5. So there's one course which I actually developed. It's called Online Basic Computing Skills. So this is actually an actual active course wherein there's 1,000 of students enrolled in this course. So in this course, most of the components that students will find are simulation modules. So let me proceed the next slide. Show you what I mean exactly. So this is a screenshot of the first module within the course. As you can see, I divided the components into different categories. I have interactive lessons. I also provide handouts references. These are printable handouts. So these are PDFs and other documents. I do provide evaluation and self-assessment activities. And also the students have the chance to collaborate with one another through forum and chat, and there are other activities underneath actually. So, but I would focus on the interactive lessons. Jim, I've made the icons in the left by actually creating an image that consists of the module title and the image itself. So it's part of the image. I designed a very nice label here that contains both the icon in the left and the module title. So, and then uploaded it as one single image. So I would focus on the interactive lessons. We develop rich media interactive modules in form of SCORMs. We publish them in SCORM format. So in these interactive lessons, there are simulated activities as well inside each interactive lesson. So allow me to switch to my next slide to have a look at least one of the interactive lessons. So this is a sample interactive module. So this is uh, contains rich information on demand components with of course this is a multimedia component. It has audio, video inside it if required. So students would click on the arrows and they get the information what is the part all about, and they go over clicking any of the other subtopics inside the module. And also there are self-assessment exercises. So, to tell you, simulation does not happen here yet. Yeah, so there's no simulation involved here yet. But our aim is also to provide students a rich, interactive, engaging module apart from giving them simulated activities. So it actually helps them to be motivated in the course. Instead of giving them PDF or PowerPoint alone, we actually create interactive modules like this. Okay, so here I go now with an example of an interactive simulated environment. So since the course is all about basic computing skills, part of the course is to teach the students on how to use Office applications. Yeah, and as an example here, the student is being asked to open or launch the Microsoft Word application. So what happens is that in this simulated environment, we do all the clicks, and if they clicked it wrongly, then a feedback will be given. Yeah? So the area here with the red corners is actually an active simulated environment. So this is interactive. It's like a typical real desktop environment. That's why it's called simulated. So proceeding further, yeah, so this is an example of a feedback once a student completed the task. So let's say after they have do the right clicks, yeah, the right procedure of launching or opening Microsoft Word, then a feedback is given and they are notified that they are able to complete the task, and it's graded and goes directly to their gradebook. So this is an example of how we give feedback for our students. Another simulated interface, again, this refers to a Microsoft Word topic. The student is required to create a new blank document in Word. So how do they do that? So they do the clicks, as if they're really working on a real world environment. Yeah. So this is really exciting for our students. Really, we're overwhelmed with the feedback we've got from the students who are actually using this module. So, giving more examples here. Another example is there's a task wherein students are required to create folders within subfolders or so again the one you see in red, the red corner is a simulated environment. As if students again are working with a real desktop screen or desktop environment. So they do the clicks there, they do the folders, they delete them, and what happens. And again, feedback is given if they are able to complete the task. So there are lots of simulated packages we have developed. Actually, the course contains 7 modules, starting with the basic computer concepts until internet security topic. So for all these topics, we have created simulations plus interactive modules. So in spite of the good news and good benefits that simulation packages can bring, we've also found some challenges that somehow limit us from effectively creating the simulation modules. So I have categorized these issues when it comes to the development and for the implementation. So really, develop modules like this, they really require lots of resources. Um, of course, we require lots of authoring tools. Um, and most of the authoring tools we require are commercial. So that's kind of a thing to consider by the institution. They have to purchase the authoring tools we require. The hardware requirements are really important because we require high capacity processor with the good screen monitor as well, high resolution. Also, we face some problems when it comes to the availability of designers like me to complete the project. So, given the deadline to finish all the requirements, and if you're only 2 working in the team, it's quite such a tough task. So, I think for big projects like this, it would be better if there would be uh, many designers to work on the given project together. And when it comes to the implementation, the only problems faced by our users, by our students, has to do with the internet connection and the bandwidth reliability. So sometimes the modules do not load that fast, or sometimes it gets stuck, or they don't see anything at all because of the bandwidth problem. So modules cannot be loaded that fast, and so that limit them. Anyway, it only happens occasionally, but in general, they are happy with that. So I just have to answer Jean's question here. How do I create? Yeah, how do I create the simulation? So I think that will be answered by my next slide. Here. So there are lots of tools which I've used here for this project. Um, most of the, the development required the use of the articulate storyline. It's a third-party commercial e-learning authoring tool, and it really supports packages like SCORM and other formats that can be uploaded in an LMS like Moodle. So I would say that this at the moment this is one of the best authoring tools which I've used because I didn't find any problem uploading the SCORM to my Moodle course. There's no bug at all. There's no problem. There's no um, like variable error messages I'm getting before compared with the other e-learning authoring tools. So this is really a very effective authoring tool. I also needed to use some tools like Camtasia, Photoshop, and since most of our packages are audio enabled, and they have audio components, so we use the AT&T voice generator software. So as you can see, it required lots of resources, and that is really something to consider if you develop things like this. So resources are really important. I think that answered your question, Jim. Okay, so how do I integrate that to Moodle? I publish them through Articulate Storyline using the SCORM format. Um, of course, Moodle has a very strong support on SCORM, so I didn't find any problem. It went smoothly. All SCORMs are behaving properly, especially when it comes to recording the grades. Yeah, the outcome, the feedback after the students have completed them. So I'm getting all the results I need, I think. Yeah. So this is really a flexible format to um, so there are things which I would like to do in the future. I've got impressed with iMoot 2013 event. They talk more about conditional activities. They talk about lots of things about badges. So I would wish to integrate this really as a future modification to the course. So I want to integrate conditional activity, like when a simulated activity has been accomplished by the student, then that's the only time they can proceed further. So things like that. And also I want to give students badges as well after they have successfully completed simulated activity. Okay, so I think I've reached my last slide here, which is my conclusion. Of course, with the experience and with the feedback and with all the challenges and problems that we face for this project, in general, I could say really Moodle is very a great venue, a great learning platform, learning management platform, embed simulations. So if these two will be combined together effectively, then I believe our students can be given such kind of experience they need. And for this experience, I think they'll be greatly happy. So this is really true. After um, implementing this project, we believe that we've accomplished this objective. So we're able to give them such kind of unique and great experience. So thank you all for staying with me, and I think I've finished my talk. If you have questions, then you can unmute yourself and please feel free to speak. Or you can even type your queries in the chat window. Thank you, everyone. Got one question from Jim. Yeah, this is a very good question, Jim. Actually, how we measure the effectiveness of simulations. Um, in fact, there are two courses running at a time. The one of the other courses is that a course that has all the modules but without simulation, and the other course which I developed. So there are two courses actually being taken by the students. We use two Moodle courses. One is having the simulations, and one is having plainly, references, of course, without simulation. So with that comparison, we found that most students really log on to our course that contains simulations, And we've also found that the marks that they receive after using the simulations have actually improved. So we've got this analysis and feedback from the teachers actually. They really support us on this project. So they really think that it's a great instructional methodology to implement. So really helpful. Oh, thank you, Solange. Did I say it nice, Solange or Solange? This is quite a unique name. Oh, yes. So we have the same success then, Ed. Congratulations to you as well. Oh, you bet. That's really right. It really required lots of time, effort. Yeah. Oh, thank you. So, if you have other questions you wish to ask me, please feel free to speak, or you can type it in the chat window. Again, I would invite you to have a look further on the sample modules I have uploaded in the course. So, and if you wish, we can chat further. If you wish to know some tips or some to see more examples of what I have done, then I'm really willing to share it with you all.
Hi, Michelle. Can you hear me okay? This is Jim. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, just a quick question. It all looks good. Thank you ever so much for sharing that. I have used Articulate Storyline myself, but I haven't used the other software, so that looks like it might be worth investigating. Your slide, would you be able to go back to your slide with your course in, so I can ask you a question about that?
Sure. Yeah, you're almost welcome. Yeah, sure.
If you could go back to the slide that shows your course.
Okay, sure.
Here we go. This looks good. Yeah, that's great. I was just interested. I think your course looks great, by the way, nicely laid out. Where you have, for example, interactive lessons, lesson handouts, evaluation assessment, am I right in thinking they are labels, or how have you created those sections?
Yes. This design actually is based on the curriculum, the course syllabus being actually used in the course. What we did actually is to convert all the available resources of the teachers into these components. So the way how we divide it and categorize them is actually a mutual design agreed by me and by the teacher as well. So, of course, we depend on the original material available in the course, and then we just converted it into interactive lesson. So it's our preference actually how we divide it according to these components. Did I answer your question, Jen?
Yes, Pally, it looks very good, a nice design, as I say. It was the individual icons where it says read, write, assess, and speak. I just wondered if they, how they were inserted. I wondered if they were labels or topic sections. I couldn't quite see. Do you know?
Yeah, sure. It's all the labels and icons you see here are only in form of images. So
Yep.
I created labels in Photoshop and then inserted them as labels in the
Oh,
module.
yes. That's the answer. That is the answer to my question. It is it's labels, and I apologise, by the way, that my microphone is. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks for
no
answering my
worries.
question.
I still Yeah. Sure. Welcome. Most welcome. And again, I would love to establish connection with you all if you're interested in the same subject, creating simulations, then you can always reach me in the course. I have my email there, and I would really love to communicate with you in the future. So thank you once again, Jim, for unmuting yourself. Really nice talking to you. So, Shane, yes, do you want to say something?
Yeah. Hi, Michelle. Yeah, I just wanted to jump in and say thank you for your time. I was sitting in and watching it and very much enjoyed it. So just thank you again for sharing. Very much appreciated. Thanks. And I don't want to kill the conversation, so if people still have questions, that's great. Just keep going.
I'll just stay here for a couple of minutes. So, for any other question you might want to ask me. By the way, guys, I would like to apologize for the way how I speak English. Um, I'm not really a native speaker, but help I deliver the talk well. Oh, thank you, Shane. Actually, before coming to this session, I have this doubt and worry because most of the people came from the West, so I should have that type of slang or that spontaneous way of speaking it. But I think I managed it. Oh, thank you, Solange. So we guys are still going to be here in iMoot until tomorrow, right? And I can see in the program there are more other interesting subjects I want to touch up also. Thank you, Solange. Okay, then sure, I wish to keep in touch with you too. Cheers. Bye bye.
You are currently the only person in this conference.